Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tales of Octavia YouTube channel. My name is Francis, I'm a dungeon master and a Twitch streamer, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Usually on this channel we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and magic items and dungeon master advice and homebrew and D&D supplements, but today I thought it would be really cool if I put my little game design hat on and try to make our very own magic system from scratch, or should I say a power system. And basically this is about making our own source of magic, our abilities and our spells, and a different way to really present them in a different game altogether. And I believe that there's three main steps that you need to determine. So to jump right in, I think the very first step that you need to do is to have an idea. And what I mean by this is you need to determine what is the source of your powers. What is the source of this magic? Because once you have that, it feels like everything else, what dice you use, what abilities, what is the names of the spells, what is everything else, fundamentally, those are all logistics. And those can be handled down later down the line. The second thing is, what is your metrics? And this is how you measure your power. Is it something fixed like spell slots in D&D where you spend this level of a spell slot as you level up, and you have to, once you use it, it's done, you don't get it back until you rest? Or maybe it's something more adaptive. Maybe you can do, once you have those powers, you can do whatever you want. You just have to beat a difficulty class, and once you have that ability set, maybe the difficulty will actually adjust based on whatever you need. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be making a steampunk-esque game where basically the powers are generated through gemstones, and these gemstones are not your typical mana, your typical blue bar that tells you how much energy you have for your abilities. These gemstones are your abilities, and in order to, once you use these abilities, you have to roll a d20 to achieve whatever you want with your goal. For the purpose of this video, I'm only focusing on the d20. I mean, this is the part where things just become logistics, and you can essentially change the dice however you wish, experiment with all of these different interactions with spells, and then playtest that material to your game and try to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and then repeat this whole process all together. That is essentially game design. You don't even need to use dice. Maybe you want to use tokens, or maybe you want to use poker chips. Those possibilities are completely endless, and all of these logistics, like I said, not to sound like a broken record, are based on your idea. Maybe you want to have a game that's similar to, I don't know, Pokemon or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where you summon a creature that fights for you. To go back to my gemstone example, maybe our level 3 player character has the ability to summon an air elemental that can help in the steampunk world that is energizing blimps, and maybe because that's their highest level spell and because they're only level 3, they have a difficulty controlling that air elemental, so the difficulty changes. These gemstones are not permanent. You have to recharge them once you use your power. Once you use them, you can't use them again until you have a long rest, or I should say a recharge station. Like I said, steampunk theme. There's some difference between interpretation, because now what you can do is what what can you determine to be the difficulties? Okay, let's say that they have to roll below a 6 because they're only level 3, and because of that they now have a very difficult time trying to earn the control over an air elemental. Maybe if you want to have a summoning creature, kind of like JoJo, where your stand or your creature actually attacks, maybe the damage is in d6s or d8s, depending on what you want to absolutely do. So I hope this was helpful. Kudos to all of the game designers that actually design video games, tabletop games, and games in general, because that honestly sounds like a very difficult job, and it's mechanics. It's not like a story to write or whatnot, but that's how you design a magic system, and I hope that I wasn't rambling and that you can use something like this in your own game or when you design your own game. Also, if there's something that I missed, feel free to jump into my Twitch channel. We hang out in Just Chatting every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I said, the links are below. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. So, bye guys.
Do we ever get to know what happened in that room, or is it just lost forever?
All of a second, you guys hear some like pounding in the ceiling above you, going towards Will and Vrex's room. And
What?
you hear some, and you hear some yelling. Stop squirming!
A rage of anger and screaming ensues.
You hear Super Saiyan up there.
Do we think they're fighting again, or do we think it's